I saw a video going around the internet, as these things so often do, of a man being dragged out of Hillary Clinton's rally for that mean old lady, Sheila Jackson Lee, the Houston mayoral candidate, current congresswoman who yells at her staff so much that they release secretly recorded tapes of her screaming at them. Hillary Clinton was there, and a man showed up. He's been identified as Alex Rosen, 23 years old. And here is Alex Rosen. What did he do wrong? All he asked was about Jeffrey Epstein. Take a listen.
Then you want somebody who's going to get up every day.
Hey, Hillary, why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
Hey, Hillary, why was your husband on Epstein Island 26 times? A perfectly good question, to which the crowd started booing, and then you see Alex get dragged out by his T-shirt. By the way, the T-shirt was interesting, too. I'm not quite sure what was on it. Let's ask Alex Rosen. He's an independent journalist, and he's on Twitter at iFightForKids. He's also on YouTube as well. Alex, good to have you with us, sir.
Hi, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Alex, give me the setup here. When was this event exactly, and what did you hope to accomplish?
Well, I don't know when the event was. Hillary cloned me after I confronted her. No, I'm just kidding. It was 2 days ago, and basically what I do is I crash rallies pretty often. I guess there's not too many Texas listeners right now, but I crash a guy named Beto O'Rourke who he runs for some position in Texas every 2 years,
right,
just to grip some money. But I like to crash his stuff a lot. So what I like to do is I like to just make politicians and public figures uncomfortable because they serve us. And I confront child predators for a living, not in this type of way, but as, you know, we travel the country doing this, I'm just confronting them, hoping to get them arrested. So this is very passionate. It's very, hits my heart,
yeah.
Fighting pedophilia. So I knew that Bill Clinton went to Epstein Island tons of times, and, Hillary has her stuff going on with that too. And I had a chance to go finally ask her because she was 10 minutes away from my house speaking. So I was like, okay, I got to ask this question. I know it's probably not going to get answered, but I at least need to bring some type of conversation about the subject. So, I just decided to go do it then.
Sure. And so you get into the event, and like I said, you're wearing a T-shirt. I believe that it may have included an expletive on the shirt, so I'll ask you to censor that component of it. But what did the shirt say?
Sure. Well, it did have an expletive on it, but it was just a very flamboyant gay pride shirt that I purchased to go troll in 2022. And, I was just looking through my wardrobe to see what could be fitting at a Democrat rally. I was like, oh, I still have this shirt sitting around. So I wore that. Then I wore a hat that says, "Be patient, I have autism," because, you really got to fit in with the leftists. And, of course, it worked. And then I wore a mask, too, the COVID mask. And yeah, I blended in pretty well, even though I've crashed so many of these rallies before, and people wouldn't recognize me, and you can't really hide 6'4", but I still managed to blend in and do it.
Were people excited about your outfit? Were they giving you fist bumps and things as you came in?
Well, I think a lot of people gave me sympathy looks because I really played the character. I really played a special needs person well, to not raise alarm or anything like that. So somebody came and rubbed my shoulder like, oh, poor guy. But other than that, not really.
Unbelievable. Okay. All right. So how long into this do you finally start shouting out your question?
So there was a lot of speakers before Hillary. They saved the worst, or they saved the nastiest for last.
Wow.
And, I just want to say this. So there was the board, there's the president of the Teachers Association of Houston, and she opens up, her first sentence is, "I couldn't be more prouder to be here." Yes, with that grammar, president of the Teachers Association. So, it was mind-numbing.
Uh-huh.
So, then She-Jack speaks. So I was like, okay, Hillary's going to be after Sheila.
She-Jack.
And, so that's what we call her down here. So, so basically, Hillary started speaking. It's for 5 minutes, everybody was standing up and just clapping. They were just, I couldn't believe it. And then Hillary's like, sit down, guys. And everybody sits down. And then I stand up, and I'm just kind of like, preparing myself, taking some deep breaths, and then I just let it rip.
Yeah, babe. All right. So at that point, the crowd turns on you instantly. It was interesting to me that the reaction was very quick. The crowd instantly turned on you, and they had people on you in no time. Who was dragging you out of the event by your T-shirt?
I think that was She-Jack's henchman there. Basically, they didn't like me saying pedophilia is bad, so they had a pretty bad reaction to that. So what I like to do at these rallies, it's not my first time doing that. I just like to sit on the ground and make them take me out.
Yeah.
And so these 5 bigger dudes came and started just dragging me out of there, and they ripped up my gay pride shirt, which is a total hate crime. And it made for a great video. I was really happy it happened.
Yeah. They're not going to – did anyone say they're going to reimburse you for the T-shirt or anything?
No, absolutely not.
Nothing like that. Okay, so the Secret Service spoke to you. Is that right?
Yes. So when I got outside the place, this Secret Service guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Hello, I'm with the Secret Service." And he had a thick Chinese accent. I'm like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, okay. He's like, "I just want to get some information." I'm like, "Nah, man, it's all right." Then this HPD detective comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm with the Houston Police." I'm like, "All right, man, that's great, but I'm gonna get out of here." And I just walk away, and that's the end of it.
Okay, let me play. So I think this is the audio you're referencing. Here's the Secret Service confronting you and asking you for information.
Well, that's great. I mean, I'm gonna leave now.
You're gonna leave?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get some information from you?
Absolutely not.
All right, man.
I'm not suicidal, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not suicidal either.
Totally love life,
In fact, Alex, a couple hours later, you released this video making sure people know that you are indeed not suicidal.
Hey guys, little PSA. I'm not suicidal, okay? Those red marks you saw on my stomach were not gashes, those were stretch marks. I'm not going to kill myself. So far it's been 8 hours since I've poked the belly of the beast, and so far I'm good. I am not suicidal, I swear.
I am sorry that you lost that T-shirt, Alex. Though that was a good costume. You could have used that again.
It really was.
Amazing. It's just amazing. All right. So look, the underlying all of this, obviously, you're able to draw some attention to it, but it is true. I mean, you had Bill Clinton, and not just Bill Clinton, but people like Bill Gates, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein all the time. And so the rest of us are supposed to pretend like that just never happened, or, oh, oops, they just didn't know. They didn't know that this guy was a pedophile. So, let's give him a mulligan on this one. But you're not giving the Clintons a mulligan, Alex, are you?
No, not after 26 times. That's a pattern.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, you've spent, you told me a moment ago, and Corey was filling me in on this, our producer, that you, on a routine basis, are actually confront pedophiles and have made that kind of an important feature of your life.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, y'all are in Washington, D.C., so an hour south of y'all, in Spotsylvania County and in Stafford County, we have 2 people arrested. And the guy in Spotsylvania County got 25 years. His name is Matthew Erickson, or Toby Erickson. His last name is Erickson. And then I got a guy named Thad Cooper who got arrested. I got to go to court for him probably soon. And, what we do is we pose as minors online. We travel the country confronting people, talking sexually to who they believe to be this minor. And we get them to admit to some crimes on camera, turn that over to cops. And, yeah, it's led to arrests in 43 states, including, I think, 8 or 9 in Virginia, and convictions in 27. We post those videos up to Predator Poachers on Rumble. That's PREDATOR space POACHERS on rumble.com, completely free to watch.
Got it. So when you see the Jeffrey Epstein saga, can you identify, having been involved in catching guys like this, can you identify commonalities in his story?
Well, it's a little bit different because, the people that we confront, they don't have like private islands, or
right.
They don't like have these amazing lawyers and stuff like that. But, they love to gaslight and they love to minimize their crimes. And the way we get them to admit to abusing real kids is just blaming it on the kid. So I'm sure that was pretty similar to Epstein.
Yeah. And he had a whole grooming operation around him, which has been exposed now. Alex Rosen, thank you very much for confronting Hillary Clinton. My guess is, by the way, that she never answered your question in any capacity.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Thank you, Alex. Really nice to talk to you today. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. You too.
That's Alex Rosen, an independent journalist and Hellraiser